Well, let's wrap up on the third big question that you asked people. Have they had their
Yes.
wisdom teeth out?
Yeah.
Why do you ask that? And secondarily, why are so many people having these removed?
So I'm asking this question, and that's usually the funny question at the end. I do that. I think that's more like my not USP right now, but this is on every keynote because I find it so fascinating. Because I usually speak actually on health optimization of the Health Optimization Summit, for example, who's coming to Austin this month actually for the first time. So to people that are already like the listeners, they're already optimized. And if I ask them these three questions, then the complete audience stands up with this third question. It's so funny because then you see there's more to optimize. That's why I show this. So why do I ask it? Because in the Western world, actually, 80% of us, I would say, it's just a guesstimation, but 80% of the listeners have their wisdom teeth removed because of the issue that we're growing too narrow. Again, that comes back to full circle nutrition, maybe also 2 generations of wrong nutrition, even more, getting epigenetically into your DNA, they're growing more narrow. That means because we're growing more narrow, we already have systems that deal with this. Like we see on an X-ray, oh, this person will not have space for wisdom teeth. Let's just pull them out before they're even grown out, because it's easier to do a surgery just technically when you're younger, and then your braces will work more beautiful and the wisdom teeth never come out. So that's a thought process. It's again a band-aid, and it works. It's a wrong epigenetic issue. Obviously, the development of your jaw starts with it actually starts in the womb, but then immediately with breastfeeding. That's the first orthodontic treatment. A lot of people have cesarean sections. Women couldn't breastfeed. I'm very sorry about you, the guys, that you couldn't do that. I know it's not always possible, but if you can, is the best thing for your baby to do. It feeds the immune system. It gets transferred a lot of emotions, and obviously is a treatment to pull that jaw forward, and also teach nose breathing. So that would be a part of it. But initially, it's a spacing issue. It is a sign of chronic de-evolution, of degeneration, of less nutrition, more processed foods, and yeah, degeneration. Because 10,000 years ago, we actually had space for 2 wisdom teeth. Imagine that. We probably had a more square jaws, more space, like way bigger, and never had to wear any braces. Versus our teenagers in the Western world, usually all of them get braces. It's kind of like the school leave is included when the wisdom teeth need to get pulled. It's kind of like in the curriculum already. And then on top of that, I'm asking this question because what happens because of these surgeries is that these little kids, mostly or teenagers, they're not prepared for a surgery. So they kind of like come into a shock moment. They're getting a surgery. It's gonna be rough. You're gonna be swollen. You have pain a lot, but you're not prepared, and you're not treating systemically. So what happens is that comes as a shock to the system, and your body doesn't recover here and is not able to be anabolic enough to build bone tissue here. And it only closes secondarily, like the gum will be closed, and there will be a little bit of cortical bone, but inside, oftentimes, not enough nutrients to build spongeous bone. And therefore, we create so-called cavitations. In layman's terms, that stand for caves in the jaw, but in the medical world, it would be called FDOJ, fatty degenerative osteonecrotic jawbone, or NICO, which stands for Neuralgia-Inducing Cavitational Osteonecrosis. Basically, just an ongoing construction site, a chronic silent inflammation in your jawbone that you're not even aware of, that could be triggering all chronic health issues that you have. Could be the trigger for your bad skin, for your eczema, could be the trigger for your SIBO in your small intestine, could be the trigger for your frozen shoulder, could be the trigger for ulcerative colitis ulcer, could be the trigger for anything that you couldn't figure out yet on your journey to optimal health. Is it always cause number one? No, but it's a big contributing factor. It's a chronic silent inflammation. Main issue here, it's not taught in university. You need a 3-dimensional x-ray for it, and you need a skilled, real biodentist who knows about it. Otherwise, you wouldn't diagnose it on an x-ray. So it doesn't even make sense to do a cone beam with a conventional dentist who has never heard about cavitations. Because cavitations, again, are a knowledge gap. They're not trained commonly. So it's a software update that we need so that we understand that it's even existing. Because probably you're going to be belittled at your dentist for telling that it's quackery. It is not. You again need to find Go to our directory, find a real biodentist. They will know about it. They will be as truthful as they can if they have that level of experience to do the surgery, or they will refer you to another one on the directory that is on that level. We all work in co-elevation. There is no competition in my world. We are a community of like-minded real biodentists that want to change and bring the biodentistry global standard, not separate islands.
How often do you see somebody that has had their wisdom teeth out, say as a teen, and now they're an adult, and they don't have cavitations?
That's a good question. Below 2%. It a little bit depends on where they were a teenager. If they were a teenager in a sunny, very natural country, let's say they come from Southern America, like Central America or Africa, then it happens more often. But if they're from Germany or North America, 95% have cavitations, because it's just a rough surgery at the wrong timing, unprepared. The body is in shock and has not have the right nutrients to build. Imagine how, I was 14 when I took out these teeth, and 15. I would smoke, I would drink, I would eat shitty foods. I definitely wouldn't be prepared for surgery. I just know I have to go to see a doctor tomorrow because my parents told me that, and I was there. And then I looked like Rocky Balboa after that for a week.
And you had cavitations later in life, correct?
Huge cavitations. And that was actually, I was guinea pig number one, because back then, that's also how I teach my real biodentists. We start with ourselves. I call them real B, because we're being real and have to practice what we preach. I started personally, and when I took this out, and also the doctor that took it out for me, I took it out for him, we had such an extreme health shift and transformation afterwards. Like I had so many chronic health issues by then already. I was only early 30s. I had like Parkinson's like hands, a very nervous hand, and a lot of eczema, a lot of basically an overstimulated nervous system. Fight and flight was causing it. We took out these cavitations, and that nervousness was gone on the next day, and my skin was beautiful after 10 days. And I never got any eczema or rash again. I was lucky because I was already on a nice nutritional protocol, because that was my lifestyle already back then. Even though we didn't do the surgery the way I would do it today, with all the protocols I've developed ever since, because I was guinea pig number one. I knew what we should do better. I still survived it and recovered, but I did everything wrong you could do wrong. I didn't have a rest day. I didn't do this in a healing environment. I did it after a 12-hour day of surgery, because I thought it's going to be an easy thing. Just cut me open and do that. And on the next day, I had another 14-hour surgery where I was basically holding an ice pack and doing surgery. So it was stupid on my end. But it was a big teaching for me personally, and a learning experience to make it better for my guests and develop protocols so that doesn't happen again for them. Because that's my responsibility, to bring the best. Yeah, because the goal is not to do a surgery. The goal is to be as minimal invasive so that you have no pain and no swelling, or as little as possible in that week.
If you enjoyed that clip, you're going to want to head over here and catch the full episode. I'll see you over there.
Everyone can call themselves a biological dentist. There is no trademark, no standard, nothing at all. We are changing the whole profession from us being a technician into a complete health expert for the whole time that you are wearing these fillings.